Stealing money from your fans, friends, and even a cancer patient, Sliker has earned the title of being the worst scammer in Twitch history. From having a successful streaming career all the way to stealing $380,000. After getting his debts repaid 3 times, he promised to be a reformed man. You may be wondering, what does that mean? What is Twitch's biggest scammer up to now? Well, let's dive in and check it out. For those who did not know who Sliker was, he was a pretty poppin' IRL streamer. Honestly, some of his content was pretty funny, and he was a well-respected guy in the community. Starting in 2018, he grinded content going out to places and making a fool of himself for some laughs. Besides that, he would occasionally play some CSGO or whatever was trending at the time. He would gain a few followers every stream and ended up averaging a few hundred by the end of his first year. The grind did not stop, as 2019 would be Sliker's most active year yet. Putting in multiple 100-hour months, he put his head down and committed himself to Twitch. He made some appearances on the Austin show and left a good impression. Collabing with established creators, Sliker would reach an average of 3,000 viewers by the end of his second year. That is amazing by all standards. People make a living off 1,000 viewers concurrently, but to reach so high so fast was a testament to people really enjoying his content. But Sliker was still hiding a really dark secret. Unfortunately for him, a world-altering event was coming. After popping off so hard, the coronavirus pandemic took over everything. 3 months into 2020, and many countries were under lockdowns. This specifically caused harm to Sliker's business model. If he could not go out and make a spectacle of himself in public, the fans will stop coming. This is evidently shown in his average viewer chart. In just 5 months, his steady incline disappeared and he started averaging 1,500 viewers, or half of what he once had. After a slight uptick by hopping on the Among Us train, Sliker never fully recovered and kept bleeding viewers every month. Through these next months, he would be mentioned on other streams and seemed to still be pretty chill with most of the other big streamers. While he was losing viewers and unable to continue doing what made him big, he was keeping his reputation. Keeping that in line, a comeback was always in the cards. That may have been the case until his dark secret got unearthed. The whole time Sliker had a gambling addiction, he was blowing all of his money playing a loser's game. As most of you know, addicts start acting wild. They will figure out a way to get their fix no matter what, and Sliker was no different. After his large Twitch decline, he became starved of money and had to fill the casino's pockets. To accomplish this, he started reaching out to his streamer friends. This includes the likes of XQC, Ludwig, Trainwrecks, and Destiny, just to name a few. Each of them gave him thousands of dollars. You may be wondering, why do these people just willingly give away thousands of dollars to a gambling addict? Well, just because no one knew that is where the money was going. He would tell them that he was going through some awful circumstances and needed to be bailed out. He promised that he would pay it back in full plus some. Alright, so he manipulated some rich streamer friends, but it did not really stop there. He would also message his fans in Discord, asking them their age and then following it up asking if they were. This is all to set up an avenue of attack. You see, Sliker had many different videos describing many different emergencies. It would vary from very small things like paying an electricity bill all the way to owing the government $15,000 for back taxes. The story he chose would depend on how much money he thought he would take from you. In these videos and messages, he would also tell them to keep it private, as he was embarrassed of his own situation. He should have been, but for a different reason. This hit his tipping point when he stole thousands from a cancer patient. Just 12 days before a transplant of hers, Sliker begged for $10,000. She denied it, stating that he did not pay her back the thousands she had already sent, and that she really needed the money for the procedure. Sliker kept begging and begging, and this threw her for a loop. She ended up speaking to a roommate, and afterwards it appeared that Sliker had also asked them for some money, but it was a lot less. He asked the roommate for $300 to cover an electricity bill, while asking Lupelli, the cancer patient, for thousands. She did end up denying him the second time, but it did lead her to come out with the story. Once one domino fell, the whole castle started to crumble. People started coming out with their own Sliker story and all the dots connected. Overall, he scammed hundreds of people, and I'm sure that he will be held accountable. Just kidding, because in the end, Ludwig and XQC completely bailed him out. They paid back all the victims. Sliker put out a sorry apology video, acting like a victim to his addiction and barely taking accountability. From there, he barely seemed remorseful, as nothing bad really happened to him. He ended up scamming hundreds of people for over $350,000, and the only repercussion he faced was getting his declined Twitch channel banned. Most of his victims shared a similar sentiment. They believed he was their friend, and that a friend would never betray them like that. Sliker's story, the thing keeping him afloat, his reputation. If this wasn't a Twitch scammer, he would have been arrested and deserved to be. He did not come clean because he felt bad. He got exposed and started to play like the victim. He promised to go to rehab and come back a better person. This was over a year ago, so where is he now? He's currently streaming on Kick, Twitch's edgy little brother. Sliker does low effort reactions to YouTube videos for hours, and then when that gets tired, he hops onto a website like Omegle and tries to troll random people. I tried watching a whole stream for this video, but it's dreadfully boring and it's definitely targeted at a different demographic than I am. I am happy to report that he gets very little views. It sits in the low hundreds, and that's even with Kick's inflated counting. His YouTube channel is also not performing too great. Not to toot my own horn, this video will probably eclipse his most viewed VOD. He still has more subs than me though, so if you want to help me beat a giant scumbag, I'd really appreciate that. After watching some VODs, it seemed like Sliker never did go to rehab. He claims that he's going to therapy for his problems, and I'm glad he is getting some help, but major problems require major help. Hopping back into the streaming world just a few months after causing so much distress and harms to hundreds of people doesn't really seem like much has changed. I also want to add that this isn't the first time that someone bailed him out. Trainwrecks gave him 50 grand to save him and to pay everyone back. Sliker lost all that money and then Train doubled down, gave him another 50k. Since we're talking about this story now, he obviously didn't pay him back and lost all 100 grand. Honestly, I believe if he started popping off again and making money, I think that he would fall right back into similar habits. I do not think that he could scam people the same way after being exposed once, but as I said at the start, an addict will always find a way. Sliker gambles his reputation on scamming these people and lost just like he did in the casino. He faced no significant repercussions for his actions, and I would never support him. But you know what you should support? That like button and watch another video. I would never scam you. Unless. Anyways, until next time, adios.